Alright everybody, welcome back to another video. So, you probably already know, but Luke Onien has signed a new contract, 3-year deal, which I'm out of the moon with. He says he's delighted. Also, Lee Johnson says that he's out of the moon, he's a good personality to have around the club and the hope to develop him and see if he can play in the next level. Listen, I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'll just tell you straight, I'm out of the moon that Luke Onien signed. He's like I've said in previous videos, just for his versatility alone, you've got to have him in the club. If we run thin at the back, then it's nice to bring him in. He's always happy, always smiling. He gives 100% on the pitch. Why would you not? Why would you not? So for me, it's a no-brainer, and I'm absolutely buzzing that Luke Onien has signed a new deal. Does that open the door for the others to come in now? Is the likes of Denver Hume going to sign one? Just obviously waiting for a better deal, you know what I mean, from Sunderland. I don't think he's held in the club at ransom now. He's just saying what's best for him. Same with Charlie White. Is he going to hold out for a little bit more off Sunderland and put pen to paper on a new deal? Charlie White, I doubt it. Denver Hume, I would like him to come to the club because basically we're desperate for a left back. The other transfer rumours I've just seen, literally just Ian Abrahams. I don't know how credible he is or anything. I've just seen him on Twitter, and he says that Alex Pritchard is close to signing. He's in Sunderland to finalise his move. Also, we have known that Eric, sorry if I say this wrong, Lechar, and anyway, he's played for clubs like of Lincoln City, Leeds, Nottingham Forest, also Aston Villa and Hull. He's a defender, he's 32, but it's his age, like 32-year-old for a defender. He's not going to be the quickest, is he? Like some of these transfer rumours that we've been linked to, they didn't instill desire for me. They're like, people saying like they're going on data and that, but it's a risk you're going to take doing that. But then again, all transfers is a risk in it. So for me, I'm buzzing that Luke Onyen's back. He's obviously he was waiting on a little bit of a better deal, but then again, you just didn't know which way Sunderland have approached it. Look, there might have been like, you'll be Mike's right, alright. There might have been like speaking to, I'm assuming they would speak them all around, but at the same time, but it seems like as if McGeady was like their priority, and then they've went 0-9, and I didn't know, but then again, apparently Denver Hume's knocked back the contract, didn't he? So I don't know, but anyway, I'm over the moon with that. Luke Onien signed a contract. Like I was saying, his versatility alone, you've got to have him in the club. It says on there like the owner, Speckman, and Lee Johnson want him to stay at the club, and the way they've been speaking to him, I'll get it up anyway. I'll read you the statement out. I got it up. I wrote little key factors down, but I'll get it up, and then we'll jump into the chat after. Oh, dare say that's another signing. Someone's just tweeted there. Oh no, just another tweet about Luke Onien. Thought we'd signed another player, but I hope this is not the transfers what Lee Johnson's been going on about when he says, 3 or 4's coming through the door. I hope it's not these transfers, just the ones who were out of contract, who got offered contracts and never signed them, the likes of Hume and White. I just hope that it's not them. I hope he brings in new, fresh players, basically. Luke Onien, I'll give his statement up. He says, I'm delighted to sign a new contract with Sunderland. I'd like to thank Lee Johnson, Christian Speakman and the owner and the staff for putting the trust in me to enable me to continue to play for this great club. Hearing their plans for the club and how they want to develop me as personally is incredible and exciting, and I can't wait to get going again. That's all that was said from Luke Onien. Lee Johnson said regarding Luke Onien, we are all delighted that Luke has re-signed for the club. He's a great character around the place and he's perfect for the type of culture that we want to create, as well as being a very versatile player and quality player, and one we can hope we can strive for the next level. He can strive in the next level. So there you have it. Oh, I said I was going to jump on the chat. how do you feel about it? Comment below and I'll pick a few comments out and we'll crack on about it, obviously. Well, I'll turn that down. I'll quickly go on to chop. Tom says, get in. He also says he can't wait for Willis to get back into the squad. Oh, you know, it's much needed Willis to be in the team, as you know yourself. But then again, who do you partnership him with? Do you put him up with Bailey Wright or Helemaji, or do you put Helemaji in with Bailey Wright? Or is he going to bring in some other defenders there? What would you do? Who would you have as your number 2? Like your 2 centre halves, sorry. On the chat, William Rowell says KFT FTM. Tom also says Onien can definitely do a job in the championship. Liam Jordan, get in, he's finally signed. Sean Pearce, heard about the link with Alex Pritchard. I've just that second said it when I first come on that apparently Ian Abrahams has tweeted, don't know if he's credible or not, he's just got a blue tick, so I thought he might be a little bit of credibility there. He said that Alex Pritchard is in Sunderland to finalise his move, so apparently he's more or less here, which that would be a really good sign for Sunderland. The other ones, the likes of this person, I'll quickly get him up. Where's Luke? Get out down there, yeah. I'm not that, you know, it doesn't, like I'm saying, it doesn't instill confidence in us getting out the League One with the signings. Like, I didn't want to be harsh like him, you know what I mean? He's 32-year-old, and yeah, do you know what? He's experienced. He's played for Leeds, Nottingham Forest, Villa, Hull, obviously, and in America. So he does know what he's doing. But is he at the end of his career? Is he obviously he's lost a yard of pace and that. So I don't know. But he's a defender, so we're desperate for them. Also, I'll put Luke 19 back up. Give us a second. Oh, yeah, I've got him again. He's out. Right, like I was saying, some of these signings are not, I'm not getting excited about, really. Let's be honest. It's like, I know people's been saying they're gone for data and all that, but that's a risky thing to do. But then again, all signings are risky. You've got to look at it like that. So for me, it's I'm just happy that Luke Onein's in the signed a new deal, really, 3 years. So, but then they're going on about saying he can strive in the next level, which he probably could, but they obviously they've got hopes and ambitions of getting out this league, and that's why they've been putting that out to Luke Onien. He's thought, yeah, boom, signed a new deal. But and anyway, back on the chat, what I forgot what I was going to say again. I've heard about Alex Pritchard, mate. Anthony Myers says still no new faces through the door is very concerning. I believe it is concerning for myself personally. Like up to now, we still haven't got any new signings. Doesn't matter if they're finally starting to make moves by re-signing McGeady, re-signing Luke Onien. Apparently this Eric is at the club and he's on trial, but do you know, it's just, I'm not getting excited about it. Do you know the Sunderland club should be building excitement up for the opening day of the season when we play Wigan at the stadium, like full stadium as well, no coronavirus restrictions, full stadium. It's going to be chock-a-block, and no one's getting excited for it. I've seen on Twitter like the majority of Sunderland supporters are saying, I'm not bothered about Sunderland. I'm just going to kind of wait for the Euros and watch the England game, and there's no hype for Sunderland. You know what I mean? Like I totally understand it because I'm on the same wavelength. Like I'm not getting excited about none of these rumours. Like there's now coming out. They haven't announced a new strip, which would, I know that's fuck all, but it's a little bit of like, you know, gets you like, oh, that's nice. I might go, you know, buy it next week or whatever. Get you a little bit excited and that. Oh, is the new season starting? Got the new strip on. You know what I mean? Going to full pinter it on. But no, it's fucking, there's nought. Absolutely nothing. So I'm with Anth on that one. It's a little bit concerning, but I really do believe that there will be signings coming through the door, no doubt about it. But the ones who are being linked with, apart from that Alex Pritchard, he's a good player. Are these players going to get us out of League One? Who we're being linked with? And obviously that Eric who's on loan, not on loan, sorry, he's on a trial at the Stadium Light. Then he gets rang if he impresses, and then he's going to obviously be rewarded with a contract. It'll probably be a year or something, but I'm not. Oh, my cup of tea's gone cold. I'm not excited with him. Yeah, I just look at this cup of tea. Oh, it's crashed. Me fucking camera's crashed. It'll unfreeze. Give us a second. There you go. Hey, look. Better that. 6 in a row. Hey, man, some Geordie commented on my video saying, just the last video and all, regarding Jacob Carney transfer gets still gone on about, gets sad Mac and bastards and that. He's searching Sunderland videos just to try and have a bit of banter. Jesus, probably living in. And my comment is just absolute quality. Like, you can have a look after this. But anyway, get back onto this talking shit there. On the chat, William also says, regardless who we bring in, mate, we are Sunderland, and whatever we do this season, I just hope we don't do it again the hard way. I think I read that wrong. But Sunderland being Sunderland, mate, you know what they're going to do. They're going to be Jack and I like all season. Win, loss, draw, loss, win, draw. And we'll probably will do it the hard way, and they probably will be in the playoffs. But I didn't know yet. Looking at the transfers and looking at what other clubs are doing, I can't even see us getting in the top 6, to be honest. That's just brutally honest. If you go and look at League One transfers and what clubs done what, you'll understand. Like Charlton, and it's only one position, the goalkeeper. What's probably the goalkeeper of the season. I don't even know why Portsmouth didn't offer him a new deal, but that signing there is it's unreal. And then you've got to look at Wigan. Then Ipswich have signed a lot of players, but then again, you've got to get them to jail and you've got to get them playing on the pitch. So, see what happens. You never know. Back on the chat. Let's go back down. Terry's dropped in. He says, "Great news. Let's get a few more in." Technically, mate, we haven't even got like any in really for the first team. I know McGeady and Onien signed new deals, but they were already at the club really. I know technically they were a free agent at a period of time, but you know, we've got anyone in. Jacob Carney, he probably might get in pre-season. I didn't even know if he's going to get a chance in pre-season. I know he's in the under-23s, but I thought they would give him like 10 minutes here there. But, you know, something would happen, but they're not. And anyway, let's get back on. Sean says he's loving the setup. Cheers, mate. I need to improve it a little bit more. It's not the finished article, if you know what I mean. I just didn't know how to get really, really good ones, but it looks alright. Do you know what? It's Sunderland one, so that's what I'm happy about. Probably need to make the where is it? That side even. Probably need to make. Wait, that's better. That telly a little bit bigger. Back on the chat, he says, "You look, this Eric lad, 32 Pritchard is getting on a bit now." That's what I've just said, mate. They have failed at other clubs in the Championship, so what makes it good enough for a promotion push? I'll get on about Sam Vokins as well. I was just going to mention that. Mad for things, you saying Alex Pritchard, lad, is finalising his deal. Mate, we've just been mentioning earlier. Coventry are 9-0. England squad isolating. Oh, you're fucking joking, are they? Oh, you can't. Fucking hell. I'm not even going to lie, right? I've only watched 2 England games. I've been really busy, and this was the next one I was going to be able to watch, and now shit happens. If that's right, what he's saying. Lazy Lobbers, Magna Fisher said, "Is the cricket team isolated?" No, it's the cricket. Is it cricket you're on about there? Because if it's cricket, I couldn't give a shit. Cricket, oh my god. Cricket, tennis. I'm not really asked about it, bores the life out of us. I'm like hyperactive and I kind of just sit and watch a sport where it's a pedestrian, like, if you know what I mean. Motorsport, obviously footy, out like that I'll watch. But like I was saying, Alex Pritchard's going to be finalising. Sam Vokins, that's what I was going to bang on about. For me, I've just seen the chat. It's the cricket team. I'm reading it wrong. I didn't give a shit about cricket, mate. Right, like I was saying, Sam Vokins. For me, like I said this on Twitter, and I got a load of likes. Basically, like a lot of people agreed with this. I said that Sam Vokins, as a no-no for me, it screams out another Danny Graham, a player at the end of his career just wanting to cash in, and that's what I know Danny Graham, he was just too old when he basically lost about 5 yards of pace, never mind 1, and he wasn't the same player he was at no, what he should have done, never have left Swansea. When he played for Swansea, he was on fire in the Premier League. The second he left Swansea, he just fell away. But it's all he's and buts and fucking, you know, what he shouldn't have done, hindsight and that. But for me, this Sam Vokins, I know he's done well for like Burnley and Stoke, but I think it's just now people are saying that he might do a job in League One, which is, you know, fair enough. He might, but he might not. He might be a Danny Graham, and he's at that age in his career where he's not going to be moving on many clubs unless he drops the leagues, and that's what he's doing. So for me, no, that screams out Danny Graham just cashing in, collecting a load of wages. Not for me. We need a bit pace up front. We've never really had it. Then again, as wrong, Ross Stewart is a little bit more pacey than Charlie White, but Charlie White was stuck in the mud. So for me, we need some pace up top. O'Brien scored the other day in the 2-2 draw. A lot of people had a meltdown on Twitter, but that was just simply a training exercise. It wasn't even like a proper friendly game or note. It was a strong first half team, but then the second half team, it was literally the kids. It was if the youth had offspring, that's how they played. It was basically just all the new players will come through the door. That Ethan, I can't remember his second name, but I can't even pronounce it right yet. He looks a really good player. When we had him, I think we were having him on a trial at the end of last season, and he was scoring a load of goals in the under 23. So for me, he's a one to watch. I'm going to put my neck on the chopping block. He's a one to watch out of them youth players. And I want to keep an eye on the youth team now this season as well, because I like to see them improve and see who's basically the scoring goals, like I did with Josh Hawkes. He scored fucking 16, and he's been promoted up. I don't know if he's going to get a chance yet, depending on who we bring in, but no. If you've just joined, Alex Pritchard is apparently in Sunderland to finalise his move to Sunderland, which is a good signing. Eric Lichar, if that's how you see it, he is on a trial with Sunderland. He's a 32-year-old defender, and that's about it, basically. Hawks, Embo in the starting 11, there's our pace. Aye. But we need a pacey striker, but my striker for me, our number one is Ross Stewart. And I tell you what, if McGeady plays like he did last season, on fire, just totally an absolute improved player from the season before and the season before that, he's just upping his levels and upping his game every season is McGeady. I can see Ross Stewart getting 30 plus as well, why not? With the stadium full, all them players are going to be playing with the chests up, the heads up. They're not going to be like a coronavirus. It's going to be, well, I'm hoping in any way that we're the 12th man. So for me, like, Ross Stewart will get a hell of a lot more goals than what Charlie White did if McGeady's flying. And obviously we've got to get somebody who can deliver the ball on the opposite side as well. We're not going for Jordan Jones. Viv Otterbo, it's gone quiet. That one's went quiet. So for me, we still need that position filling. I know Jack Diamond is going to, well, he does play on that position, but he needs, I don't think he's still going to be like the first in the first team 11. I think he will be like an impact player off the bench. That's what I think Lee Johnson will be looking at, and hopefully he can get that position nailed down. But I didn't know. Would you give Jack Diamond a chance on the right wing? Would you put him in the team and that be his starting 11, and then the other man fill in now and again? What would you do? How would you just put it? Benoe's dropped in and says, "Hello Gilesy, hope you're all well. Glad to hear 09 signed a 3-year deal. Cheers mate, that's some of my channel members. You can tell by his name's green and he's got like a badge next to his name, which is the stadium I like. That's a good picture of that." Tom says, "Tyrone Dice, is he any good?" Well, he's only a youth player. He's been at West Brom all of his life. He did have like a little trial at Sunderland last season. It was literally, I think he played about 45 minutes or something, and he got released. I think he got released from West Brom, and we've took him on a trial, and he's impressed. I think so. They've took him on basically, but I know very little about him. Very little about him, mate. I think the majority of Sunderland supporters do as well, only off what you see on YouTube or what the Twitter's saying, or you go on his Wikipedia and you search through that. Basically, if you just research him, that's all you'll know. Basically, there's very little of research as well. If you look on his, if you go on his on YouTube to see even his goals, I was going to put some goals in or out like that. Very little I know about him, but he does look. He's got the physique of a good footballer. Like he's ripped to death. He's kind of stocky, you know. But that's all I know. I can't tell you anymore. Waffling on a bit there, like I was. Sean Ethan Cachosa. I don't know if I'm saying that right. He's good. Permanently predominantly a fullback. He does look good. I didn't watch. That's a lie. Obviously, I was keeping an eye on last season because we took him on trial. It was only a trial, and he was scoring every other game. And I was thinking, that's 2 he scored now. And so then I was watching him constantly, and taking note of what he's. I was keeping an eye on him basically, and he was impressing all the time. So much so that they've given him a contract. So for me, we're going to have to keep an eye on him, and you never know, he might keep scoring a load of goals and they give him a chance in the first team later on in the season. You never know. You never ever know. That goes for all of them in any way, not just him. If they impress him really, really well in the first in under 23s, why not put him in the first team if he's getting a good chance? Not the first team, on the bench. You know, give him a chance off the bench. Fuck's sake. Might do well. That goes for all of them in any way. Mad Foot Things. Jack Diamond needs a loan out to get in the first team. Preferably League 2. He's already been out on loan, mate, to League 2. He's done a few loans. Jack Diamond. Camera Case Joe says, morning, mate. I'm literally buzzing this morning. I bet you are. Your favourite player on it. But he's signed a 3-year deal. Also, I was out of the moon. I weren't sitting on the fence with Luke Onien. I was getting a bit pissed off with the fact that 9 of them have signed a contract and they was dragging their feet. But we as supporters have got to understand, we didn't know the ins and outs of the situation, how long it takes, negotiations, agents, you know what I mean? We didn't know all that. The back end of the story, if you know what I mean, behind the scenes, we're not none of that. So Luke Onien's statement, he was always going to sign a new deal. Lee Johnson always wanted him to stay. The Mad Mistake done a video, and Lee Johnson in that video, even before these statements, he was saying that Luke Onien's gone nowhere. So that's one of them, innit? I don't know how the Mad Mistake managed to pull off that, like getting to that game. I'd love to know, but I'm buzzing. 3-year deal. His versatility, his happiness, his endeavour, his exciting. He just gives 110% every time he's on the pitch. I remember when we used to sing the full stadium used to sing Luke Onien rocking all over League One and that, when he used to put in a good performance. Do you know what? Ability he does lack a little bit, but then we've never seen him in the midfield. You've got to bear it in mind, the supporters who didn't like him, the supporters who think that he's at his level, just think to yourselves, we've never seen him in the midfield. But then they'll say, why is that? Because 3 managers haven't put him in the midfield and there's been players ahead of him who they prefer. But then again, you've got to look at how versatile he is. Them same supporters who didn't like him, he's been that good at right back that when we've struggled for that position, he's been better than our right backs there, and he's nailed down that spot. Centre half, he kept Bailey Wright out for a while at centre half because of his versatility and the fact that we were run thin at the back. So you've got to understand that he's very versatile, and we haven't seen him in the midfield. The supporters who didn't like him, and for me, I'm over the moon. I'm going to leave it there, everyone. Thanks for dropping in. Luke Onien signed a 3-year deal. We've got this Eric Lyncher, or however you say it, on trial. Alex Pritchard is incoming, so you might see another video today. Fingers crossed.